My name is Gary Brado, and I'm a documentary filmmaker and an entrepreneur. The economy is in less than perfect shape, and when the jobs go away, there's nothing left to do but get up and get creative. And there are people all over America doing just that. It's estimated that up to 85% of new businesses fail. So I'm going coast to coast to hear the personal stories of the people who beat the odds and started a successful business from the ground up. This is Startup.
The entrepreneurial spirit is alive and well. In Walsh College's Business Launch entrepreneurial community, consultants provide advice to aspiring business starters. More information available online.
The Chevrolet Volt, an everyday electric car with gas for longer trips. The nature of things to come. Chevrolet, find new roads.
American Express is proud to support startup and the millions of small businesses that put in the hard work to be open for business in neighborhoods across the country.
This is Startup. I'm on Broome Street in New York City, and we're going to talk to Helen, Derek, and Jan, who created Low & Sons travel bags. Now, when Helen realized that the bag that she wanted to buy didn't actually exist, she called on her sons to help fill that demand, and it changed the course of their lives. Let's go hear their story. As the economy begins to recover and disposable income steadily grows, revenue for handbag and luggage accessories will increase at an average annual rate of 1.2% to $9.2 billion. Growing disposable income is expected to rebound spending on luxury goods and spending on travel, which is creating a demand for luggage items. Helen Lowe couldn't seem to find a piece of luggage that met all of her travel needs, and after a series of trial and error, her and her sons have created a solution that finally served not only her needs, but fills a gap in the market. How did you get involved in making bags?
I'm in Beijing, it's the summertime. I was working for a product design and research consultancy. My mom, she's having more time finally to do things on her own and get some traveling. And so she was looking for a bag and she's like, oh, you know, like this bag for this and that bag for that, but like, I can't find this bag that has all the things I'm looking for. Yeah. And I kind of made a half joke. I was like, well, why don't you just make your own bag then?
Walk me through the steps of that first conception all the way to the prototype.
Okay, the first conception was actually doing the research.
So I went to like airports, commuting areas in Hong Kong, and just kind of like looked at how people travel and what bags they were type of using.
The next thing was finding a designer. And Jan had a friend who's an industrial designer, and he came up with a tech pack. And the next thing was factory. We didn't know anything about factories. So my husband went to college with a friend who's in Hong Kong, and he's big in the supply chain management. So he asked him for a recommendation, and we found a factory. But we also found that it's really important to pick a factory that is referred by someone, because otherwise you don't know what you're getting. And we were very lucky to find someone who was willing to take us on, because they realized that neither one of us have been in the business. We were not that lucky initially with our tech pack, our specifications, the drawings
so
they gave them. They didn't like it, all right?
They didn't like it?
Because they make handbags, and our bag was more functional. So what the factory was good enough, they had someone there who designs bags, and he's one of the owners. So he worked with us.
We actually went through 7 rounds of prototyping with them. And I think what was a lot different from our process than what they were used to is that, you know, each round of prototyping, we would actually have people use it and test it out and actually get feedback on what we could adjust to make it, really think about like the use, like traveling and just the comfort and all these thoughtfully considered things. And you know, most fashion brands, they make maybe 3 rounds of prototypes. So we were like getting to 6 and 7,
so
and they're like, yeah, they're like, what's going on, guys?
Absolutely loved you, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah.
I have never found a bag that when I do this, it behaves that way. Like, this is pretty perfect.
So it's a well-mannered bag.
Incredibly well-mannered, very well behaved. It has just the right amount of pockets. I keep my laptop in here. I travel with it. Pretty much everything.
It's estimated that in 2013, the leather good and luggage manufacturing industry will grow by 2.6% to $4.1 billion. What is your business model? Did it start online and then went retail? So explain the whole process.
To be honest, we did not really think about the business model of the product. We just focused on the bag and making sure we had a nice product.
Why is that? Because most businesses at least consider sales.
We did.
Right?
I think our approach was different because we actually took things one step at a time. All right? I mean, we did not go by the textbook kind of approach with a business plan. We know that that's the proper thing to do, but we didn't do it mainly because I think we didn't have the goal of, setting up a retail store.
We had spent a lot of time designing the website, and so when some people went to our website, their impression was like, oh, it's actually a pretty legitimate brand. They have really cool products, and we ended up starting to sell a lot through our website, and then just naturally, organically, it grew through e-commerce.
Where did those funds come from?
For us, it was not a large undertaking because we were not thinking of a brick and mortar store. We did not have to think about lease. We also had a lot of miles because my husband travels a lot. And then also working with the factory, as we developed, we didn't have to pay. We were lucky in that sense.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't recommend that to everyone because because it would cost more.
Global luggage and leather goods industry revenue is expected to reach $91.2 billion by 2018. Talking about creating a brand, how do you do that from scratch?
Our way was definitely based around social media, and I think because we had built a pretty nice website, it allowed us to kind of, with limited resources, get our name out there. And we kind of were in this like weird space between handbags and luggage, and so what we needed to do is we needed to show the functionality and also build like social proof. And so what we did is we gave a lot of bags away to, online influencers. And as a result, with the word of mouth online and social media, we're able to start building a brand.
What is your advice to other people looking to start something, like either early in your career, like these guys, later in your career, like yourself? What would you say to other people that are in the same position?
I don't think it's the age. I think it's at the stage you're in, and also following your heart and your passion. And as Derek says, being authentic. You don't do what other people do without knowing what the hell you're doing.
That's
right?
true.
You don't start a business just because, wow, someone else started a business or someone else had a restaurant.
Or in your case, just because you needed the bag.
Right.
Well, it's kind of true, though. I mean, you guys went out there and made sure other people needed it, too.
Right,
And that was a calculated, educated decision that puts you in the position that you're in.
Right.
Well, it's definitely been an eye-opening conversation, for sure, inspirational, and I learned a lot. So thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Low & Sons is truly a family business, and sometimes the best invention is hanging right off your shoulder. Things can always be made smarter, better, simpler, and as long as you have the commitment to see it all the way through to the bitter end, anything is possible. For more information, log on to our website and click the link for Low & Sons. Visit our website at startup-usa.com and like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. What do you call organic food? What did they call organic food in 1950?
No idea.
Food.
Well, exactly. Exactly.
American Express is proud to support startup and the millions of small businesses that put in the hard work to be open for business in neighborhoods across the country.
The Chevrolet Volt, an everyday electric car with gas for longer trips. The nature of things to come. Chevrolet, find new roads.
The entrepreneurial spirit is alive and well in Walsh College's business launch entrepreneurial community, Consultants provide advice to aspiring business starters. More information available online.